Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Brianna. Subscribe down below for weekly uploads. My quarantine content has been going strong. I've been uploading 3, 4, even 5 videos every week, so make sure that you are subscribed so you don't miss those. So today I'm going to be sharing what's on my iPhone 11 Pro Max. So here's my iPhone. I have the color gold and the Max iPhone 11 and 64 gigabytes of storage. And so here is a case I got from Amazon. It's kind of like a minty blue-green color. I'll try to find where I ordered that and link that down below. So let me just start recording my screen and show you guys all of my apps, why I have them, and everything that is on my phone. Okay, so the first thing is my background. So I like to just take images that I find on Pinterest and put them as my background. The one I have right now is sunflowers with a nice blue sky. Usually I'll do something like flowers or marble or just whatever looks cool and kind of just change it depending on my mood or just whenever I get tired of looking at the same background. So the first thing here at the bottom is the 4 apps that I use every single day most often. So first is Messages, that's self-explanatory. Next is Spotify. I prefer Spotify so much more over Apple Music for so many reasons, but I listen to music pretty much every single day, so I have to have Spotify right there, easily accessible. Next to that is Safari, and then Apple Podcasts. I love listening to podcasts, so that's something that I also listen to almost on a daily basis, whether it's right when I wake up, while I'm doing my nails, or just whenever washing the dishes. I always like listening to podcasts. Okay, so let's just start at the top left and then work our way around the app. So first is the calendar. I try to keep up with my calendar. I prefer using a planner and writing stuff down, but I try to sync that to my digital calendar. And I also like that on the home screen because you can clearly see the day and the date, Monday, April 6th. Next is reminders. I still haven't done that. I don't use these as much as I used to. Whenever I was in college, I would always put reminders for tests, quizzes, stuff like that, but I do want to start using that more. And then notes, I use notes for everything. I keep track of all of my passwords, bills, video ideas for YouTube, everything like that is in my notes. Next is maps. I prefer Apple Maps over Google, and I do use this quite often, but not anymore because I've been staying at home. Then next to that is weather. Usually the first thing when I wake up is check the weather to see what it is going to be like today. Okay, next is clock, setting alarms, timers, all that stuff, camera, calculator, then voice memos. I used to use voice memos a lot for voiceovers. I still do sometimes. They're also great just for recording anything that you need to remember, like if you're in college, lectures, stuff like that. So after that, everything else is pretty much in folders. I like everything to be organized and categorized just so it's easy to find and it's all in the same place that relates to each other. So the first folder here is finance. This is all of my student loan apps, bank, credit card, Cash App, Venmo, all of that stuff is in here. Some other ones I also have, I keep the Apple Wallet app in here. I like to use Apple Pay whenever I go to Target or Walmart because it's easier than having to carry your phone, your wallet, your keys, all that stuff. Also in here I have Mint, which is an app for budgeting. It keeps track of all of my transactions, my income, bills coming up, and all that stuff in there. Credit Karma is to check my credit score. It's free to do that. I also check my credit score in the Chase app, Discover, and other things like that that are also free. And then in the back I have another banking app and Venmo. Okay, next is health. So this is everything that has to do with fitness, health, working out, all that stuff. I have the Apple Activity app first. I always have on my Apple Watch. And so here it just tracks all of my calories, workouts, standing hours, stuff like that. As you guys can see, I haven't really done much today. And so that's the first thing in fitness. Planet Fitness, the gym I was going to before everything closed. And then stuff like the Nike Running Club, training. LifeSum is a cool app for tracking your macros, so your calories, protein, carbs, and fat. And so you can manually input foods, the amount you eat, or you can also use your camera to scan barcodes. It's super quick and super easy. I don't use this every single day, but I do want to start trying to use it every single day. It also has exercise and activity, so you can connect your Apple Watch or Fitbit, whatever you have, and it will automatically track how many calories you eat versus how many you've burned. You can track water, and it also has things like recipes, articles, and a whole bunch of other stuff on there. I have the free version, but for the paid version you can get extra. And then also I have an app called Zero. Basically you just track your fasting, how long you're fasting, set reminders, use it as a diary of how you're feeling while you're fasting. Sometimes I like to intermittent fast, and so I'll use this app to keep track of that. Then this next app, Renpho, connects to my Bluetooth scale that tells you your weight, body mass, water, all that type of stuff. And the last one in health is a Planned Parenthood Direct app that I use to go to the doctor and get prescriptions for birth control. It's a lot easier than having to make an appointment and go in person, and I think it cost me about $15. So that is the health app. Next is social. So this is all of my social media apps. I have YouTube, Pinterest, all that stuff in here. YouTube Studio is something that helps me keep track of everything on my channel, helping to edit videos, look at analytics, and stuff like that. TubeBuddy also is for similar purposes, helping with my channel. And then yes, I have TikTok. I'm 24 years old and I love watching TikTok. Messenger, stuff like that, Bitmoji. House Party is something I just got like a couple of days ago because my friends and I were trying to do a group FaceTime. It was a mess. So House Party is kind of like a group FaceTime app where you can play games and do other stuff. So that's social. Okay, so next I have an entire app of everything Google. So I use Gmail, Google Photos. So I do not keep any photos on my iPhone. I back up everything to Google Photos and then delete them. I am so deep into the Apple ecosystem, but I just love some applications from Google a lot better. And so my phone has 64 gigabytes of storage, which is not a lot. And I did that on purpose because I keep everything in Google Photos. I prefer it over the iCloud photo backup. That's just me, because you can also access it from any computer at any time. And so Google Drive, I back up all of my video footage on there. Also things like resumes and stuff like that is all in Google Drive. Google Translate is super helpful if you ever need help doing that. And then everything else is just all the other Google apps. Okay, so the next folder is called Photo. So here I have my photo app from the actual iPhone, which I only use whenever I take pictures and then I back them up to Google, then delete them. Canva is what I use for everything, making my graphics, the intro that you guys saw, the outro. I even made my resume on Canva. It's kind of like an easy, basic graphic design app that you can make a lot of great content on. I need to sign back into that. But that's also free, but I have the paid version to be able to do extra stuff and have more elements and graphics and stuff like that. Lightroom is what I use to edit a lot of my photos. This is from Adobe, so I like to go in here and just play with stuff and edit my photos. Photoshop, also from Adobe, that I'll use to edit some pictures in. And then Facetune is what I use whenever I'm making my thumbnails to kind of smooth everything out and also blur the background. Canon Connect is where I connect to my camera, that I can control everything from here, which is pretty cool. I can control the ISO, all that stuff, the white balance. InShot is, I don't really use this too much, but you can edit videos and photos, make collages, stuff like that. Layout is to make different templates and layouts. VSCO, I don't really use that much, but I just have it on here, and then my GoPro app connects to my GoPro camera. Okay, next, this folder only has 3 things in it. It's pretty self-explanatory, just different news apps, Flipboard, the Apple News, and then Google News. This next app is something that destroys my bank account, is shopping. So here are coupon apps and also things like Target, Walmart, Ulta, Sephora, Kohl's, Amazon, all of the different apps that involve shopping. I also have Etsy and apartments.com to look for apartments. So this folder is all of the shopping related apps. RetailMeNot has a bunch of coupons. You can type in whatever store you're looking for and find various coupons. And then Think Dirty, I made a whole video about this, but basically it just tells you how dirty or clean your beauty products are. Things like makeup, body wash, hair supplies, all of that stuff. Okay, so that's shopping. Next is travel, which we are not doing right now because you guys, and myself included, are all staying at home. So I have Lyft, a park app to pay for downtown parking in Dallas, Carnival because I did have a cruise planned, but I had to cancel that, but I still have the app. This app, Say Hi, it's kind of like Google Translate where you can talk into the app and translate that to another language, which is pretty cool. And next is movies. Netflix, Amazon Prime, Hulu, Apple TV, and Disney Plus. I really don't watch movies and stuff on my phone. I mostly just watch YouTube on my phone, but I still have the apps there just in case. Okay, the next folder is utility, which is kind of a lot of stuff I don't really use except for the App Store. So things like Find My iPhone, FaceTime, the Apple Store, stuff that I typically don't use on a daily or even weekly basis. The Tile app, I have a Tile connected to my keys in case I lose them. Apple Music is here on the second page, so I really don't ever use that. Books, stuff like that. And then here I have settings just on the outside to easily access. The back page is kind of random stuff, so I have a folder for games, which I don't really play games on my phone, but it's back here just in case I ever get really bored. And then I have a whole folder for car apps just because I like to look up cars, see their prices, their mileage, stuff like that. So I have cars.com, Carvana, CarMax, a bunch of different car apps here, which I love to look at cars whenever I'm bored. Last is productivity. I really don't ever touch these apps, so it's just all of those pre-programmed apps that came on the iPhone. So yeah, that is everything on my iPhone 11 Pro Max. I really don't have a whole lot of apps on here, mostly just stuff for social media and productivity, stuff like that. And so this is everything on my iPhone. I've had this phone since October, so I've had it for over half a year, and I love this phone. I upgraded from a smaller phone of the iPhone XS, and so I love the big screen of the phone and also the color. So let me just take my case off and show you guys what the gold looks like of this iPhone. Okay, so this is what the phone looks like without a case on. I love it without a case, but I do not trust myself enough to have this expensive of a phone without a case on. So without a case, it's super thin, and I got the gold version, and I just got a gold MacBook Air. I'll link that video down below, but as you can tell, I love the gold products from Apple. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below. I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye y'all.